Carl Bernstein, no fan of mine. Hopefully he's forgotten who I am from back in the day.
I have not, you little prick.
That I had my little performative moment of slamming Bob Woodward during the Bush years. But here's Carl Bernstein unloading on Kellyanne Conway, defending Carl Bernstein, who was one of the 4 people on the CNN byline of the CNN report that spoke about not the 34-page dossier, but the 2-page brief that was given to President Obama and President-electoral Mr. Donald Trump.
Not been discussing this.
Not in the least. And let's talk about what reporting is. It's the best obtainable version of the truth. That's what that story is. The best obtainable version of the truth is that the chief intelligence officials of the United States of America saw this material, thought that it deserved investigation, thought that it ought to be brought to the attention of the President of the United States and to the President-elect. That is the best obtainable version of the truth. And another thing about anonymous sources, one of the great anonymous sources of our era is Kellyanne Conway. She does it every day. She has been an anonymous source for the last 10 months, particularly during this campaign when it suits her. And it's time to talk about what we do as journalists and what propaganda ministers do. And that is what she is a propaganda minister. And what we've seen here tonight is a deconstruction of the journalistic process. And we did our work. And you can deconstruct it, and it comes down to, look, the chief officials of the United States intelligence community believed they had something urgent enough to bring to the attention of the president and the president-elect of the United States. That is a story.
He just outed Kellyanne Conway to a certain extent, and also reiterated what was the main aspect of this. Like, you can question as to whether or not the intelligence agencies actually think there was a legitimate concern and they just ginned that up. Although it would be surprising to me that we haven't heard a leak saying, like, they're just trying to sandbag Trump, if that was the case, right? I mean, because
no leaks like that. No.
I mean, one would anticipate that based upon what we saw during the election, particularly with the FBI, right? Like, we would read an article somewhere, at Breitbart even, that FBI agents tell us that the CIA is trying to do. The fact that we know the CIA or the DNI brought this to Trump and Obama is indicative that the security apparatus is trying to discipline Trump. That Definitely. I agree with. The fact that we know that is indicative that they're trying to discipline Trump. But that doesn't question the initial brief contents of the brief itself. I'm surprised we haven't heard anybody push back on what's in that 2 pages. Now, we don't know what's in that 2 pages. We just know that it's like this stuff.
Right. I mean, the thing that just always struck me, and I know we mentioned it yesterday, was like, even before you get to the really fun stuff, like the idea of there being some type of conduit between Russia and the Trump campaign is not dependent on even the hacking or who did the leaks. It's Paul Manafort. Like, that was established essentially in real time.
Right.
You had a guy managing his campaign who absolutely was very connected to the top levels of Russian oligarchs and government. Like that, we already knew that.
Hey, it's Sam Seder. Why don't you subscribe to this channel? You can do so right over here. Subscribe.